Today I'm talking about episode 23, which is Exodus Part 1. Uh, this is the first half of the finale, I'll call it like that, since it is part 1 of 3, technically, but again, parts 2 and 3 is one big long episode, one 2-hour episode, or 80-minute episode, I guess, when you factor in commercials. Now, there's no real central character for this, it's just every character, or most characters, don't most characters get a little flashback scene of what's happening to them on the day of, the day of the flight. Now, if I remember everybody, you get flashbacks for Jack, Kate, Sawyer, Shannon, Michael, and Walt, Sun, and I believe that's it. Now, if I remember from deleted scenes, there were 2 flashbacks that were deleted. There was a Saeed flashback that got deleted, and there was a Claire flashback that got deleted. I think the Saeed flashback is he's like trying to buy a tie in a shop, and the airport police come up to him, and like that comes up again because like he sees the tie that he was going to buy. He like uses it to tie something up, or he notices it or something. I don't really remember. But the Claire flashback was a little better. Not better, but I guess more significant or important or whatever. Just neater, because that included the pilot, Seth Norris, Greg Grunberg. That was his only. That was gonna be his only other appearance on the show besides the pilot. He did have a voice cameo in LAX Part 1, but he never appeared on screen. I wonder if they just got him to record a line, maybe like while he was in Los Angeles or something. He just recorded a line and sent it in. But anyway, so you don't get those, and of course the next 2 parts you're gonna have more flashbacks. I know, like you see Jin's flashback. It's kind of like a continuation of Sun's flashback. But overall, this is a good episode. It's a really great finale. You kind of got to combine all 3 of these finale parts into one big story, but of course I'm not doing that for this. And it's just kind of like that. I don't want to say slow build up, because it's not slow, but it's just the steady climb to the cliffhanger ending, pretty much. And you do start setting the stage a little bit more. Right off the bat with the episode, you open up with Rousseau coming to the camp and warning them that the others are coming. They speed up the boat launch, or the raft launch, and then Jack and Locke formulate the plan of opening the hatch so they can hide everybody inside from the others, which that's Jack's plan. Locke honestly just cares more about opening up the hatch at this point. And they do reveal this to... They do show the hatch to Hurley and Rousseau. Rousseau's never seen anything like this. I don't think they show it to Kate. I don't think Kate's seen the hatch at this point. And I think it was Saeed who makes another good point about the hatch. How, for all they know, the hatch belongs to the others. Like, that would have been an interesting thing if, they were just right there the entire time and camping out there, and they blow open their front door. I feel like that wouldn't have made them too happy. And so they go on the quest there to get dynamite from the Black Rock. You get a good Hurley line there where Rousseau mentions the dynamite. He's talking about explosives she used to blow up her camp, and she goes, "Dynamite from the Black Rock in the Dark Territory." And Hurley goes, "Well, that's 3 reasons to go right there." And and they bring Hurley along for some reason. I'm not really sure why Hurley comes along on this quest. Uh, sometimes they just have to have something for Hurley to do, I suppose. Uh, I mean, I understand, I understand why Arch is there. That's very clearly set up that he wants to help them with the dynamite. His ill-fated journey into the jungle, and we do eventually get to the Black Rock, which is which was a nice little reveal. That it's just this old slaver ship in the middle of the jungle. But I don't think they realize it in this. They don't go in the Black Rock in this episode yet. I don't know if I remember correctly. I saw it yesterday. This is the first time I haven't done one of these reviews the same day I actually watched the episode. And there are a couple really good moments in this episode. You get a few real emotional, impactful moments. Honestly, I guess the first, maybe it's not the first, but the first one that comes to my mind. I don't know about chronological because it's been a day since I've seen it. Is the conversation between Sun and Jin before he leaves, where he kind of like breaks down that like guilt and shame that's been eating him up a little bit. Talks about how he believes that he's here as punishment for how he's treated her in the past, mentioning how she doesn't deserve any of this, and so he's got to do this. And then the other really good emotional moment is obviously the scene with Sawyer and Jack, which you just got to talk about when you talk about this episode, which is of course Sawyer telling Jack about his encounter with Jack's father, Christian. And it's just such a great scene, such a great payoff, and speaking of Sawyer, I think we do get, I believe this episode is the episode where we find out his real name is James Ford, if I'm not mistaken. That's the episode. I don't think it's not until like season 3 where it becomes like a common thing where he's referred to as James. So I think Locke mentions it at some point in season 2, and then Locke starts calling him James instead of calling him Sawyer. Because you get in 3 minutes, Michael is confused as to who James Ford is. Like he doesn't even. So not many people know his name. I'm pretty sure this is the episode where we find out that his name is James Ford. Unless I don't know. I might be completely wrong. I'm thinking about the flashbacks. Like maybe that girl he was conning said his name James in Confidence Man. No, did he said his name was James when he was talking to Frank Duckett in Australia in Outlaws. So this would be this would maybe be the time we get his last name as James Ford. So I just got, there's just too much information, because I got all the information about like season 5 and season 6 rattling around in here as well, which isn't relevant. I need to focus on the season 1 information. But anyway, and we get the black smoke for the others coming, and the episode basically more or less ends on a high note with the raft sailing out. But it still ends somewhat ominously because you get that final shot of the black smoke. Potentially the others are still supposedly coming. But yeah. So overall, it's a good episode. Maybe not as good as the other parts of this finale, just because it is that warm up, so to speak. Barely even a warm up, but it is, it is setting the stage for a lot of these things. So a lot more happens in these next 2 parts, in this next 2-part episode, this next 2-hour finale. But yeah, so up next we've got Exodus parts 2 and 3, and I will see you guys next time.